Thank you, Mr. Lieutenant Governor. I rise to speak against the general omnibus budget before us today. As I mentioned during the budget debate last year, during Appropriations Committee this year, and during the debate a few weeks ago on the individual Senate budget bills now rolled up into the omnibus bill that's before us, the biggest flaw with this overall budget plan is that it's predicated on continuing to raid the school aid fund. Regardless of your justifications, this budget year represents yet another year where the school aid fund has been plundered to pay for other budget priorities. And if we're really being truly honest, by other budget priorities, I mean step back and think a couple of years back, this $1.8 billion corporate tax giveaway that rocked our state's general fund and has left our schools and our families and our seniors still reeling. Every day we hear of additional school districts that are on the edge or over the precipice. And while the state budget may seem like it's about numbers, it's not just about numbers. It's about real people. It's about children. It's about seniors. It's about those that need help, that have, there's their priorities that we have and we should all have. And what this budget says about the people of Michigan, it says about the people in this room who support it. I don't know about you, but continuing to divest in education and defund vital state services is not the statement I want to make about my values. I will say that there was a small increase in most of the school districts, but it's minuscule for many of those districts. And those districts are going to continue to struggle. But Republican legislators have had no problem appropriating rainy day fund money for within this budget. And you could have done the same in the omnibus budget bill for education that we passed last week to fund our K-12 schools, our public community colleges and universities equally. But instead, you continue to raid the school aid fund that our K-12 schools depend on and shifted that money elsewhere. Now, don't get me wrong, and I want everyone to know that I would concede there are some good things in this budget. It's not all bad. There are some positives that we can all support. In the Department of Natural Resources, you're funding the Summer Youth Initiative in Belle Isle. Those are good. Mr. Lieutenant Governor, would you give us a gavel to...
Members, if we could please have your attention for Senator Anderson's remarks.
In the Department of Community Health, funding GME, or graduate medical education, and mental health for special populations is, of course, good also. In Judiciary, funding the expansion of drug, DWI, mental health, and veterans courts is a positive thing. These are good things, but unfortunately they've been tucked into a bad budget. The decision by the majorities, Republican majorities in the legislatures, to combine all of these budgets into one bad, bloated omnibus budget blots out any good it might do. As I've done previously, I'll continue to oppose every budget that furthers this misguided strategy that there's not enough money to go around for education and continues to raid that fund. And that includes this budget before us. I urge you all to do the same in supporting my opposition to this budget, and so that my message gets through to the people outside these walls, the people that we were sent here to represent and the people you are betraying with this budget, I ask that my remarks be printed in the Journal.